Hey everybody, Zach here, and on today's episode of Why I Bought This, we've got this, my 2021 PRS McCarty 594 Hollowbody II. Quite the name. So, what is this? This is PRS's 594 setup with, very traditional adjustable bridge here with the tailpiece. It's the 594 scale length, which is like, vintage Kalamazoo made instruments style thing. But this is the full hollow, pretty much. There's like a block right under here, but a hollow guitar. And it is just remarkable. It is everything you'd want from a semi-hollow or a hollow style instrument, in my opinion. So what's the story? When I moved out of the house and moved into a new shop, I quickly realized I needed a desk. I needed a desk to do all my work, but also all my videos and recordings and all that stuff. So Rhett Shaw had done a video about this Gator Frameworks desk. Well, they were really hard to get, and eventually I found one on Craigslist, of all places, and on the way back from picking that desk up, decided to stop at Guitar Center. Now, I brought McKinley with me, and if he hadn't been with me, who knows, maybe I wouldn't have bought this thing. But this was hanging on the wall in the high-end room at the Hunter Oaks Guitar Center in Nashville. It had a light beaming on it, not too dissimilar from this, and it was just glowing. And I thought, wow, that is the prettiest 594 I've seen. Can I play it? And they got it down, and immediately I just took a pick and played this. And it sustained and rang, and it sounded great just unplugged. Plugged it into a Tone King Imperial, and immediately just fell in love with the thing. I loved the sound. I loved the feel of the neck, and just the acoustic qualities really let the notes spring out of this guitar. It was alive. And I quickly made a deal with the Guitar Center guys. They treated me right, and I left happy with this guitar and curious in the back of my mind how I was going to explain this to my wife. But we worked it out. Everything's fine. These are the conversations you have to have when you're married and you try to be responsible. But that's why I got it. I really just fell in love immediately with the character. To me, since PRS has switched to Nitro, all their guitars have kind of leveled up, and this one just had that sort of 335 woody quality. Immediately I said to McKinley, like, this sounds like an old guitar. Just there was something about it that just felt right. Everything about how it sat, the neck, just clicked with me as a player. And I just adore it. So what have I changed? What have I done? Well, if you know me, you know I'm a relentless tinkerer. And this guitar is no different. I have modded it a little bit because, well, I'm just picky. The neck pickup, the LT, I guess it's the 5815 LT pickups, was awesome. But the bridge, I wanted a little more heat. And I had a set of throwback SLE 101 pickups laying around my shop. That's a long story. But I said, you know what? Those would probably be perfect in this guitar. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to fish everything out because there's no backplate and put in these pickups. I put in new pickups. I put in new pots. I put in new caps and redid the wiring to be 50s vintage spec. And it was such a chore. One of the hardest wiring jobs I've ever done on a guitar because PRS, when they put these things together, are meticulous. And all of the wires are loomed and taped together so they just fall right in. They put the pots in the holes, put the jack on, and everything is ready to go. And when you want to change this, you have to undo all of that. It was a lot of work. It took me a couple hours. It took a lot of patience because it had push-pulls, and I just put normal tone pots. I had to drill out these bottom two potentiometer holes, and I had to be very careful because of the guitar, the thickness of the guitar. If I hit the back, That would be really bad. And, you know, if you've ever done any work on a semi-hollow or a hollow body electric instrument, it's nerve-wracking. But I got through it, tested it all the way through. It all worked. And immediately after I plugged it in, after changing those pickups, I was like, this is my guitar. This is the thing that I want from this instrument. I don't think the stock electronics were bad by any stretch of the imagination, but this is how I would spec out this style instrument. So, is it a lifer? Absolutely. This is a guitar that I could see myself playing forever, and then hopefully one day giving to my son if he's interested in these sort of things. But I love PRS. I think since they've switched to nitrile, everything feels a little bit more familiar. Even if they look kind of the same, the moment you put your hand on it, you're like, oh, okay, no, it feels a little different. And I think that if you have been hesitant to try them, you definitely should. They are one of the best electric guitar manufacturers in the world. And despite whatever you may think, whatever associations you have or holdups, I think you just kind of have to let it go and let the instruments stand on their own, because trust me, they really do. This is one of the finest electric guitars I've ever played, full stop. And I just can't get over not only how beautiful it is, and by the way, this is not a tin top, this is just a core model. It's incredible, and it sounds like $1,000,000. So this is it. Got some tone samples coming. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like the video, do all the things, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.